And good evening and welcome to Rock Center. Since you have to spend money anyway at some point, it has become fashionable for a lot of folks to try to become better, more ethical consumers. From the meat that you buy, making sure it was raised humanely perhaps, to cars and air conditioners that are fuel efficient, spending based on good intentions in effect. Well, this time of year, a lot of people are buying gifts of gold jewelry of one kind or another. And yet a lot of us either don't know or don't stop to think about what it takes to get gold out of the ground. And that's where our lead story here tonight comes in. It's an investigation into gold mining, where it's being done, who does it, and who profits from it. Tonight, from half a world away, Richard Engel discovers the real price of gold.
This is where the gold begins its flow, the West African country of Mali, the continent's third biggest producer. I'm on the road to a modern gold rush, fueled by the skyrocketing price of gold.
This is the gold trail in West Africa, but it doesn't look much like it. This is still a very poor area with dugout canoes used to cross the rivers, no paved roads. This area has seen almost no development, despite the incredible value of the trade.
The poorest of the poor throughout West Africa are rushing to primitive gold pits known as artisanal mines. Working conditions here are abysmal. And critics say the biggest price is being paid by the region's children, who are being exploited and poisoned while they pull the treasure out of the ground.
There couldn't be a bigger contrast between the situation of, 6, 7-year-olds or 14, 15-year-olds working day in, day out under very harsh conditions in these mines, and the beautiful world of jewelry somewhere in Switzerland or the US or elsewhere.
Julianne Kippenberg from Human Rights Watch has just written a 90-page report documenting the horrendous conditions under which tens of thousands of children work in the gold fields throughout West Africa.
Is this hazardous for the children who are working here?
Not only is it hard work and then you're tired from it, it is actually hard work that gives you everyday pain. Back pain, headaches, joint aches, and it will create long-term spinal injury for some of these children who are carrying very heavy loads and are pretty small.
We saw many children and many adults working incredibly long hours, going into mines, carrying heavy bags. On average, how much are these people making?
$3 a week or $4 a week.
$4 a week?
Yeah. Many children, the majority of children that we interviewed, didn't actually earn any money at all.
The entire Sissoko family spends all day shoveling gold ore, unaware of the value of what they're digging out of the ground.
Do you know that gold is now at the highest price it has ever been?
I don't know.
Do you think that you are being underpaid for what you do?
I don't know if I'm exploited. I only know I get paid $4 a day.
His two children get nothing at all for their work while missing a chance for a better future.
Do you and your brother go to school? You don't go to school. Do you want to go to school?
Yes, I would like to go to school.
At the end of another exhausting day, the Sissoko children are just too tired to complain or to dream of another life.
Are the people who are actually taking the gold out of the ground seeing a benefit?
No, they don't really seem to get much out of that at all.
But more people are being pushed into the gold industry because prices are higher.
That's right. At the same time, you've definitely got a gold rush.
You're in 3rd grade? Do you ever find any gold in here? You do? Oh, that's really good. Congratulations. You can see where there's the black soil, and then right on the top is a cluster of gold dust.
But there's a danger unknown to most in the gold fields. Many young people are exposed to mercury, widely used to refine the gold ore. Julianne found 14-year-old Kadiatu touching this toxic metal with her bare hands.
The main problem is that mercury attacks the nervous system and has long-term negative health effects. It can lead to intoxication and ultimately it can kill people. If she's pregnant, which she might be, it could also impair the development of the baby.
I didn't know that.
And she's not the only one. Many villagers use mercury, which binds with the gold flakes in the crushed ore, right in their own backyards.
And this is a toxic process.
It's a very toxic substance. One should not touch it. There's no information about this, and there really needs to be action from the government, but also the international community to address this.
And her hands are now covered in mercury. So if she goes and cleans clothing or prepares a meal for the children in this village, they'll be getting some mercury poisoning.
Yeah, they're at risk of definitely being poisoned with mercury.
I finally now made it to the bottom. There are 6 workers down here with picks chipping into the rock. There's some very, very primitive wooden supports to try and keep this mine apart. Aside from the rock, the rest of the surface is just soft mud. And a big concern, at least that I have, is that this mine could just collapse. They're digging right underneath these wooden supports, just wood logs pressed together. Part of it held up by a plastic bottle. Good? Right. All right. Is there gold in this? Il y a de l'or? You sure? There's gold in this. And there goes the bag. The entire time, little bits of rock and mud have been falling down onto us. I hope it doesn't, but I'm very worried that this mine is going to collapse on you. I'm gonna get out of here.
I see you're very strong. You could pick up the whole bag by yourself. How long have you been doing this?
This is my first day on the job.
Samba traveled 200 miles to come here so he could help support 5 younger brothers and sisters, but he's still trying to hold on to his dreams.
Do you want to go into the mine one day?
No.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
If I had the chance, I'd like to study, and I'd like to be a soccer player.
A soccer player? Yeah. Play football? Well, instead you're working here in the mine, and it's very difficult work. Today is this boy's first day at work, and his supervisors say that they're not going to actually pay him any cash. Instead, he'll get a bag of dirt, a bag of this ore that's being pulled out of the ground, and maybe it has gold in it, and maybe it doesn't, but that's going to be his wages for the day. After a long day pulling rocks up from the mines, he stands in line waiting for his pay dirt. 2 buckets full that he hopes contain some gold ore.
I have no idea how much I'll make because we are paid in debt. After I wash and refine it, I'll get paid for the gold that might be inside. That's it.
Samba sleeps in this plastic hut 200 miles from his family, right next to the machine that will grind down his gold and his life.
The main reason I left home is to help my parents, and sending them money is my main goal.